Welcome to today's practice. We will be focusing on balancing standing postures and making our way towards tree pose or Virkrasana. If tree pose is new to you, I will have a beginner tree pose flow linked in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. So find a comfortable seated position. Go ahead and rest the hands on the thighs. If it feels safe for you, you can close your eyes. And we'll just find a moment of silence and stillness before we get started. Focusing on your breath. Slowly open your eyes. And we'll start by making some shoulder rolls. So bring the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. And we'll do this a few times. So just rolling the shoulders up and back. And then go the other direction. Bring the hands to rest on the thighs again. Drop the chin to the chest. And on an inhale, take the right ear to the right shoulder. Take a breath here. And then on your exhale, take the chin back to the chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Drop the chin back to the chest and take the ear over to the right again. And just flow the ears from side to side at your own pace. Last time on each side. Send the chin back to the chest and lift the head to gaze forward. Moving into seated cat-cow. So rocking forward on the pelvis, arching the back, sending the chest up, the chin up. Inhale. Exhale, rock back on the sit bones, round the back. Inhale to come forward and exhale to go back. And do this a few more times at your own pace. Last time forward, back, and then come back to center. Make your way over to your tabletop position. So bring the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. I'm going to face forward for just a second. Lift the right knee so it comes out to the side even with the hip. From here, start to make some big circles with that knee, going in one direction. And then going the other direction. Bring the knee back down to the mat. Find your neutral tabletop position again, and we'll do that with the left leg. So lift the left knee out to the side, even with the hip, and then start drawing big circles with the knee. Going in one direction. direction. And then take the knee back down to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, find plank position. Take a breath. Lift the right foot. Inhale. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, take the foot back out. Exhale, knee to nose. And do this about 3 more times at your own pace. Come back to your plank position. Drop the knees to the ground. Child's pose. Take a breath here. Come back up to tabletop. Find your plank position, and we'll do that with the left leg. So lift the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take the foot back out. Exhale, knee to nose. 3 more times. Take the foot back down to the mat. Drop the knees. Rest in child's pose for a beat. Inhale, come back up. Take the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Scooch the left leg back and down, coming into lizard pose. So you can stay up on the hands, or you can begin to lower down to the forearms. Breathe here. Inhale, walk the hands back underneath you if the forearms are on the ground. Shift the weight back into the left leg and straighten the right leg, flexing the toes. So we're here in a modified half split, or a variation of half split. So the foot, the right leg, is at a bit of an angle instead of straight ahead. Breathe. Rock the weight back forward, and then send the right leg back, coming into your tabletop again. And we'll go to the left side. So send the left foot to the outside of the left hand, and then take the right leg down long behind you. You can stay here, or begin to lower the forearms to the ground. And we'll take a few breaths here. Keeping the neck neutral. If your forearms are on the ground, go ahead and walk the hands back underneath you. Send the weight back, straighten the left leg, flex the toes towards the ceiling. Variation of half split. Breathe. And go ahead and send the weight back forward. Take the left leg back, tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. You can go ahead and pedal out the feet here. Maybe rock the hips from side to side. Take one last inhale here. And on your exhale, begin to walk the feet between the hands. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, find your forward fold. Take a couple of breaths here. And you may bend the knees as much as needed. On your next inhale, go ahead and roll up to stand. And we'll prepare for our standing balancing flow. So to prepare, take the feet about hip width apart, and we'll work on just finding a strong foundation in our mountain pose. So really send energy down into the mat. So down the legs, through the feet, into the mat. You're sending energy down. Strengthen the thighs. Strengthen the core. Tailbone is reaching down. Bring the shoulders to the ears, and then roll them back and down. And lift the crown of the head toward the ceiling. So you've got energy going down through the feet and up toward the ceiling. Notice how you feel. So legs are engaged here, core is engaged. And then from here, shift the weight, staying in this stable, firm, legs engaged, core engaged. Shift the weight towards the toes and then grip the toes onto the mat. And then rock the weight over to the right sides of the feet, back into the heels, over to the left sides of the feet, and then forward into the toes again, gripping the mat. And continue sending the weight around the feet while keeping the legs, core engaged. So finding strength and stability kind of while we're wobbling on our feet. So going one more time in this direction. And then switch directions. So forward again on the toes and then to the left sides of the feet, back into the heels, to the right, and forward in the toes again. Sending the weight all around the feet. Finding confidence even when we're kind of a bit unsteady. There's no reason to let it knock us mentally off just because we're wobbling around a little bit. So finding confidence even when we're a little unsure. Come back to center. And then inhale, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, bring the forearms to the floor. Elbows slightly forward of the shoulders. Lift the ears away from the shoulders and have the sensation of reaching the chest forward. Breathe. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the chest to the ground, pull the hands back underneath the shoulders. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. One last inhale here. Exhale, send the right foot between the hands. Strengthen the legs, lift the chest and the arms overhead. High lunge. Breathe here. Finding your firm foundation, starting with your feet. Then go ahead and pitch the chest forward, send the weight into the right foot. Drag the toes of the left foot up the mat to bring the knee to the chest. Find your point of focus, balance. Core is strong. Legs are strong. Last inhale. Exhale, begin to shift the left toes back behind you slowly, bend into the right leg. Find your high lunge again. And breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, frame the right foot with the hands. Find plank position. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take one full breath here. One more inhale. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Strengthen the legs, lift the chest, send the arms up, high lunge, and finding strength and balance here. Go ahead and begin to pitch the chest forward, send the weight into the left leg. Drag the toes of the right foot up the mat to bring the knee to the chest. Balance. Keeping the core and the legs strong. Sending energy down through the left leg and up through the crown of the head. Core is strong. Last inhale. Exhale, send the right toes back, bend into the left knee. Find your high lunge again. So wobbling around is going to happen. Just be okay with it. Breathe. Last inhale. Exhale, place the hands on the ground. Step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands again. Come into your high lunge. Take a couple of breaths here, finding strength and stability in the legs and in the core. Crown of the head is lifting toward the ceiling. And again, we'll shift the weight forward, drag the left toes up the mat, bring the knee to the chest. You can go ahead and place the hands on the hips. And just like we did in the tabletop position, start making giant circles with your knee, going in one direction, and then go in the other direction. Pull the knee back into the chest. Begin to bend into the right leg, send the left toes back, and then find your high lunge. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground, step back into plank. Take a breath here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. One last inhale here. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Strengthen the legs, lift the chest, send the arms overhead, high lunge. Breathe here. Go ahead and shift the weight forward. Drag the right toes up the mat to pull the knee into the chest. Send the hands to the hips. And begin making those big circles with the right knee. Going in one direction. And then the other. And then bring the knee back into the chest. Bend into the left leg, send the right toes back long behind you to find your high lunge. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. One last inhale. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands, lift the chest, arms come overhead, high lunge. Take a full breath. Inhale, send the weight forward. Drag the left toes up the mat, pull the knee into the chest. And then rotate the left knee out to the side. With your left hand, guide the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Tree pose or Vikrasana. Hands can stay up overhead or in prayer. So, finding strength in both legs, strength in the core, energy flowing down and up. Continue breathing. Press the sole of the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the sole of the foot. Last inhale. Exhale, bring the knee back into the chest. And then send the toes back to find your high lunge. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground. Step back to plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. One more inhale. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Lift the chest, arms come overhead, high lunge. Take a breath here. One more inhale. Exhale, shift the weight forward, drag the right toes up the mat, pulling the knee into the chest. Send the right knee out to the side, and with the right hand, guide the right foot to the left inner thigh. Virasana. Standing strong. Remaining gentle with the fact that we might be wobbling around. Last inhale. Exhale, send the knee back to the chest. And then shift the weight forward. Right toes go back. Find your high lunge. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground. Step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, and we'll make our way into pigeon pose on the right. So send the right knee behind the right wrist, and the right foot will be between the left hand and left hip. Slide the back leg long down the mat. You have the option to stay here, or you can begin to fold any amount over the right leg. And we'll be here for several breaths. Last breath here. Inhale, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Step back, downward facing dog. And we'll prepare to do that on the left side. So take the left knee behind the left wrist. Left foot is between the right hand and right hip. Send the right leg out long behind you. Option to stay here, or you can begin to fold any amount over the left leg. And breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, walk the hands back underneath you. Roll over onto the left hip and swing the right leg around to find a seated position. Send the legs out long in front of you. We'll make our way into forward fold. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, send the chest forward, hips back. And then fold the amount that's good for you. So you want to be challenged, but not in pain. If you need a strap or a belt, you can use that around the feet, or just place the hands anywhere that's comfortable. Breathe. Last breath here. Inhale, come back up. Bend the knees, place the soles of the feet on the ground. Send the hands behind you with the fingers facing forward. Reverse tabletop. So lift the hips, pressing the hands into the ground. The head can go back if you'd like. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale. Lower the hips back down to the ground. Send the legs out in front of you again. Pull the right knee into the chest and then hug the knee in with the left arm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand rests behind you on the floor. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Last inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Send the right leg out long. Pull the left leg into the chest. Hug the knee in with the right arm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send the left hand behind you, twist to the left. Gaze is over the left shoulder. Breathe. Last inhale. Exhale, come back to center and find a reclined position. Pull the knees into the chest, then rock from side to side slowly. Leaving the knees pulled into the chest, take the arms out long to the sides into a T shape or a cactus shape, bending at the elbows. Let the legs fall over to the left, and then the head can turn to the right to gaze at the right hand. Breathe here. Last inhale. Exhale, bring the knees back to center. And then let the knees fall over to the right and head can turn to the left. Last breath here. Come back to center. Make your way into your final resting pose. Send the legs out long, wider than the hips, and let the feet fall out to the side. Hands resting down beside you with the palms facing up. Roll the shoulders down the back. And allow your breath to deepen. Begin to slowly bend the knees, placing the soles of the feet back onto the floor. Pull the knees into the chest. And then rolling over onto one side. And slowly press yourself back up into a seated position. Leaving the eyes closed if that's comfortable for you. Breathing here. Take a deep inhale here and exhale. 2 more times, deep inhale and exhale. Last time, deep inhale and exhale. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope that no matter how much you stumbled around on your mat today, or even just walking through life, that you remain gentle with yourself and everyone else. Thanks for practicing with me today. Bye.